Welcome to Ellsworth Air Force Base, home of the 44th Strategic Missile Wing. The mission of the 44th Strategic Missile Wing is to fulfill the requirements of the Emergency War Order as directed by proper authority. To accomplish this mission, we deploy the Minuteman II intercontinental ballistic missile. The Minuteman II missile is approximately 60 feet tall, 5 feet in diameter, and weighs over 70,000 pounds. It is a 3-stage solid propellant missile that can carry its single re-entry vehicle over 6,000 miles. The 44th Strategic Missile Wing has 150 Minuteman missiles, each of which is housed in a hardened underground silo. Each missile has 2 levels of electronic support gear and backup power equipment and is covered by an 80-ton launcher closure door. Each launch facility covers approximately an acre of land and is unmanned, with above and below ground security sensors to protect the site from intrusion. Launch control facilities are remotely located, secured behind 10-foot-high chain-link fences. These facilities house the launch crew, facility manager, cook, and other site personnel, and are guarded by Air Force Security Police. The 2-officer launch crew performs their 24-hour alert duty in the Launch Control Center, located approximately 60 feet below the Launch Control Facility Support Building. This center is hardened underground to protect it from any form of intrusion, sealed behind an 8-ton blast door. All of our Minuteman launch facilities and launch control centers are hardened underground for survivability and are separated by at least 3 nautical miles. This diagram shows a single flight area. Flights are designated alphabetically. Therefore, in this flight, Echo 1 represents the Launch Control Center, which houses the launch crew. Their task is to monitor the 10 missiles in their flight area designated Echo 2 through Echo 11. All of these sites are interconnected by hardened communication cables and are remotely located. An individual squadron is made up of 5 flights. Each flight is responsible for 10 missiles, for a total of 50 missiles per squadron. Additionally, one launch control center is known as a squadron command post. Echo 1 is the squadron command post for the 66th Strategic Missile Squadron. The wing is made up of 3 squadrons, represented here in 3 separate colors. The entire wing encompasses some 13,500 square miles of South Dakota. One squadron command post, Kilo 1, is also known as the alternate command post and is responsible for carrying on the mission of the 44th when the wing command post is unable to perform its function. The operations deputy consists of 92 combat crews, one of whom is constantly on alert at each of our 15 launch control centers. Alert tours begin at 6:30 a.m. when vehicles are checked out, and a briefing occurs in each squadron to notify the crews of squadron-specific information. A formal pre-departure briefing is later held for dispatching crews to notify them of the status of launch control centers and launch facilities throughout the wing. After a drive of 50 to 120 miles in all kinds of weather and over all types of road surfaces, the 2-man crew arrives at their assigned launch control facility. These crews must pass stringent security checks in order to gain access to the site, and additional authentication requirements to enter the Launch Control Center. Our launch crews stand ready to perform minor maintenance on capsule systems, respond to hundreds of communications exercises, and react to critical weapon system safety violations should they occur. These rules are part of the many safeguards which protect our Minuteman forces. The missile crew remotely monitors the security of their 10 assigned missiles. If an intrusion alarm is received, the flight security controller is notified immediately. He dispatches a team of armed security police known as an alarm response team to investigate the alarm. They quickly drive to the site and conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause of the alarm. In this case, it was a false alarm, and the team returns to their parent launch control facility. The missile combat crew also monitors all of the computer systems on board their missiles. If an alarm from a missile indicates a fault in one of these systems, the crew coordinates with Wing Job Control of the Missile Maintenance Deputate to determine appropriate corrective actions. If the combat crew is unable to remotely correct the problem, a maintenance team is dispatched to the missile to perform on-site maintenance. If the problem is more extensive, the entire missile may have to be pulled from the silo and returned to base for repair. This shows the transporter erector being used to extract and move the missile. Our maintenance deputate maintains the alert readiness of our 150 missiles. The strength of our maintenance deputate lies with our dedicated, hard-working maintenance technicians. These people maintain our part of the strategic triad year-round, from the 100-plus degree days of August to January's 90-degree below wind chills. If a maintenance team works all day and does not have time to return to base due to darkness or weather conditions, they stay in the nearest launch control facility, which is similar to a small hotel. The facility manager ensures the facility is run efficiently and correctly. He maintains the grounds, the water supply system, the environmental control system for the launch control center, and the emergency diesel system. The facility cook prepares food for all on-site personnel and keeps the kitchen sanitary and spotless. The most important responsibility our crew members have is to respond to the direction of the National Command Authority should the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Force be needed in a time of national emergency. Should this happen, the crew would be required to respond to either voice or hard copy messages. After a series of preparatory launch commands are complete, the crew members insert their launch keys and simultaneously initiate them along with all other crew members on alert. With this simultaneous key turn, the crew members launch within a matter of moments, all or part of the Minuteman forces under their command. First stage burnout occurs 60 seconds into flight. At 76 nautical miles, the second stage burns. Finally, just 3 minutes into flight, third stage separation occurs. At this point, the warhead is disconnected and starts its free ballistic flight for the remainder of its 6,000-mile journey. Traveling at 15,000 miles per hour, the re-entry vehicle pitches into a vertical position, reaches its 600-mile apogee, and begins its descent. Only 5% of the journey is under powered flight. The first glow in the atmosphere is seen at an altitude of 23 miles as it approaches its programmed target. From launch to impact, the flight time is less than 30 minutes. The men and women of the 44th Strategic Missile Wing, along with 5 other Minuteman wings, sustain the rapid response of our Minuteman force and maintain a 98% alert rate for our missiles, the highest rate of the strategic triad of forces. Our people who maintain this high state of readiness enable us to perform our primary mission of keeping the peace through strategic nuclear deterrence. The men and women of the 44th Strategic Missile Wing are proud to be members of the Strategic Air Command. We know that our critical mission helps maintain the delicate peace that we enjoy today.